Good morning. Welcome back into Wake Up America. I'm Rob Finnerty. The baby formula crisis is getting worse every day while parents struggle to find food to feed their babies. The president's response, he says he was only made aware of the crisis in April after America's largest baby food plant in February was forced to shut down by the FDA. 3 months later, the president says that he was made aware of what happened. For more, let's bring in former Associate Commissioner for the FDA and the President for the Center for Medicine in the Public Interest, Peter Pitts, back with us. Great to have you in studio, Peter. Good to see you again. I've asked you this question before, but now we know more. Is this all the FDA's fault?
It definitely isn't. I mean, the rest lays squarely on Abbott. Their plant was in horrible condition. The lack of corporate integrity is absolutely shocking. But what's even more shocking is Wednesday, 2 days ago, the president said, nobody could have anticipated that we're going to be shortages when this factory shut down, which is inconceivable considering that the week before that, Rob Califf, the commissioner of the FDA, said in 3 separate congressional testimonies that they knew what was going on, they knew there was going to be a shortage, and that they were taking measures to avert it. So, it's just shocking that the president is not being appropriately briefed.
So, okay, let me play you that soundbite. So a day ago, Joe Biden was asked about this. We know the lab was shut down in February because of contaminants, okay, which the FDA does all the time, by the way. It's in the public's best interest for them to be doing things like that. But here's what the president said about when he became aware of this baby formula, not shortage, crisis.
Here's the deal. I became aware of this problem sometime after April, in early April, about how intense it was. And so we did everything in our power from that point on, and that's all I can tell you right now.
Does that surprise you?
It does surprise me. It shows that there really isn't any communications going on inside the administration. The commissioner of the FDA works for the Secretary of Health and Human Services, who supposedly sees the president at regular cabinet briefings. So I would think that if there was going to be a baby food formula shortage...
Crisis,
absolutely.
We've had moms and dads on this show. They cannot get baby food, and you know what it's like. Kids are finicky. Well, if they're used to a certain formula, that's all that they will eat.
But even if you can't get your hands around the fact that there's a shortage, certainly someone's telling you this is politically dangerous.
Right.
I just don't get it. It's shocking to me.
Exactly. So that's the key word. If somebody came into the Oval Office and said, Mr. President, this is going to be politically dangerous if you don't confront this issue, this is only going to get worse and worse for you heading into very consequential midterms. Do you think that was lost time? That 3 months, could the administration have been addressing this and doing more?
Oh, absolutely. So what happened right away was the FDA obviously began to remediate the plant with Abbott and also reached out to certain constituencies. But then they stopped. There was no real plan with pediatricians, and their pediatricians are now upset.
Yep.
There was no plans to tell parents, listen, here's some news, you're not going to like it, but you need to be aware of it. And I think the lesson learned from COVID-19 is that when you tell people the truth and you're transparent, they may not like the news, but they trust you and appreciate it.
So just about 30 seconds left, but parents, grandparents watching right now who are taking care of little babies, what would you suggest? What would you advise?
Well, I think we've got a month left of shortages. You've got to continue to scrounge around and look to friends and do the right thing and just hang in there. And this will pass, and sooner rather than later.
I hope so. All right, Peter Pitts, good to see you. Thanks so much for being on with us once again. We appreciate it. As always, have a great weekend. Hey, I'm Rob Finnerty. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please join the conversation in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, too. Hit the bell icon to be alerted to breaking news. And remember, there's a whole lot more on Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news network. Newsmax TV, we're real news for real people.